Thomas faces one of the biggest challenges of his life, heartbreaking news about Thomas's son. Douglas has been diagnosed with cancer, and his condition has become severe. This news caused Thomas to completely collapse. When Thomas heard the results of Douglas's illness, he could not stand. Everything around him seemed to collapse, and nothing could defeat the despair he was feeling. However, he did not have to face this terrible situation alone. Hope also came immediately to comfort Thomas. Douglas was her child too, and Hope could not stand by and watch her son endure this pain and do nothing. Hope's kindness made her decide with Thomas to take Douglas to a reputable hospital to find a cure. Although they were hopeful, Finn said his chances of survival were slim. Finn said Douglas's chances of survival were very low and they needed to prepare themselves for the worst. When Thomas signed the form accepting all the risks of surgery, he knew he was facing the possibility of losing his only child. In his mind, there was a trade-off between hope and reality. He hopes for a medical miracle, but also prepares himself for Douglas's departure. But the fact that the result was not as expected, Douglas died on the operating table, marking one of the most painful moments in the history of The Bold and the Beautiful. Douglas's death was not only a shock for Thomas, but also a fierce psychological test for Hope. When Hope heard that Douglas had passed away, she felt like her heart was broken. She did not expect that death could come to Douglas so suddenly. The feeling for her right now is not only pain, but also disappointment and despair that she can hardly overcome. This death also caused pain to Douglas's relatives. Brooke and Ridge could not hold back their tears. However, they were the strongest to comfort Thomas and Hope, whose funeral will be held next week. Douglas's memorial service was full of people. Douglas was a good kid, and most fans felt sad about his departure. Accepting this truth is not easy, especially for Thomas and Hope. These dark moments not only raise questions about Douglas's future, but also the relationship between Thomas and Hope. Can they withstand this storm, or will things get worse? So what will Thomas do next when faced with the loss of his only child? How will he find a way to survive this pain? And can Hope find the strength to stand firm in the storm? This also raises many questions about their future as a family and also the relationship between Thomas and Hope.